Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Allie and today is update number 1 for my 20 in 2020 project pan. And I have made a lot of good progress. I have a lot of items finished from my kind of give me section of this project. And I have some that I just haven't made any progress on at all. So, if you want to see my progress, keep on watching and see the new items. So, I'm going to do the products that I finished last, and those will be the ones that I am rolling out, and we will do some new ones to roll in. The first product that I have is my Tarte FaceTape foundation. I have used this 8 times, and I still have product left. I thought that I would be done with this within a month, but I just haven't been wearing makeup as much as I would normally. My job that I work at now doesn't fully require me to wear makeup, like ever. So I just haven't been wearing a full face of makeup since I'm wearing a mask. But I've used this 8 times, and I'm about halfway from where I was. So this will be staying in, and we will see if it rolls out next month for my update number 2. Next I have my Hoola bronzer, and I've just basically widened the pan that I have in here. I have used this 11 times, and my goal is to finish this. So this is going to stay in until it's done, which should be fairly easy. I do use bronzer a lot. I use a lot of bronzer when I bronze my face. So this should probably, I would say, by the end of the year be completely finished, which is my goal. But if it's sooner, then that's great. Then we also have my Ticket to Brazil bronzer. This one I have used 12 times, and I have definitely made a lot of progress on this one. I already had a very large pan in it when beginning this project. I've thought about repressing this right in the center, but this product is actually a very loose formula. It does pick up pretty easily, so I use it as a topper anyway for my Hoola bronzer, just to give it a little bit more shimmer. And once it doesn't pick up anymore, I'm probably just going to roll it out. So hopefully next month that one will be completely gone. Then I have my Catrice blush. This one I have used 9 times, and I can tell I've made progress, but I'm not sure if it's going to show on camera. It's a dustier formula as well, and I use a lot of blush, so, which you might not be able to tell in today's video, but I do have on a lot of blush. Then we have my Morphe setting spray. This feels empty, but she's still going. Still going. So I'm hoping within the next week this will be empty. I have used this 12 times, and it wasn't that full according to weight when I started. So I don't know why it's taking so long. Maybe because it's pressurized air. I don't know. But so I'm hoping within the next week this will be done and I can roll this out. Then we have my Estee Lauder Double Wear Pressed Powder. And I have basically just widened the center pan that I have in this project. And I use this in conjunction with my loose powder to set my face. And I know you're not supposed to set your face with a powder foundation. But what I use this for when I use my translucent powder as a way to kind of blend some extra coverage onto my skin, and it works for me. Whether that's what makeup artists say you're supposed to do, I don't know. It's just what I do and it works. So my goal is by the end of the year this will be completely empty, because I do have one on backup. This is my favorite pressed powder, and I will always buy it. But I have used my Estee Lauder 11 times. Then we have my Coty Airspun, and this is the loose face powder, and I have used this 11 times, and it's almost empty. This maybe 5 more uses, depending on how much I pack on my face. But obviously, like powder, you lose some when you're applying it because it is a loose formula. So that one will definitely be done and over by next update. Then I have my pageant, my ABH Trio blush in the shade Pageant, which is the center pink shade. I have used this 4 times, very lightly. This is going to take me forever to pan because I don't wear pink blush. So instead, if I don't have it panned within 45 uses, my goal is just to at least use it 45 times and then roll it out because I don't want to wear pink blush. But I've only used it 4 times, so 41 to go. Then I have my NYX Epic Wear White Eyeliner, and I have worn this twice. White eyeliner is kind of hard for me because I actually don't wear it as a white eyeliner. I wear it as like a base to do a colored liner. I've used it for like a neon green or a purple just to kind of make that color stand out a little bit more. But as you can tell, well, you can't really tell, but it's just a white liquid liner. So my goal is to use this 15 times, and I've only used it twice, so this one is going to stay in the project until I complete my goal. Then I have my mini liquid lipstick in the shade Leo. This is a Morphe and Jeffree Star collab. I have used this 3 times out of my 30-time goal, and it's just this neutral, brownish, orangey shade, and there's no way to tell because I haven't used it enough to show any deficits. So this is going to stay again in the project pan until I reach my goal of 30 uses. Then I have my Dermalogica Daily Exfoliating Powder, and this is just what it is. I have used this 10 times, and there's not really any way to like track it because of the way that the powder is, but I would say I'm maybe halfway done. Oh yeah, I may be halfway done. My goal is to finish it. I think that I can have it finished probably in the next 2 months, so this one is going to stay in as well. And at 10 times a month really isn't bad. I don't exfoliate my face every day. Even though this one says it's a daily micro exfoliant, I would rather not. So this will give me 30 times if I use it 10 times a month, and hopefully it'll be done. Then I have the 3 eyeshadow shades. Starting with the shade Misty, I have not used this once. And this is one of my Colourpop singles. It is this shade right here. I haven't used it once. And my goal is to pan it. So I'm going to change my own rules just a little bit. If I haven't used it at least 10 times by my 3rd update, I'm going to roll this out, and I'm going to declutter it. So if I haven't at least used it 10 times by update number 3, the shade itself is going to get decluttered because I'm obviously not reaching for it. And that's going to be my goal when project panning. If I have something in my project pan and I'm just not reaching for it and I'm just not using it, and within a 3-month period it's either not finished, panned, whatever my goal is, whatever, it's going to get decluttered. Unless it's something like a white eyeliner that's just not, well, even then it's going to get decluttered because I have no reason to have stuff in my collection that I'm not going to use. Then I have the Nomad Marrakesh palette, and it's the shade Spice Market. And I have used this 2 times. I have definitely flattened a little bit of the baked looking pan. So yeah, my goal is to pan this as well, and 2 times, again with the same rule. If I haven't used it at least 10 times in a 3-month period, I'm going to roll the shade out, not the palette necessarily. Well, maybe the palette, because I really haven't reached for the palette in any other shade using it for those 2 times. So we will see. And the last eyeshadow shade I have in this project is from the Mini Controversy palette from Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson, and it is the shade Exposed. I have used this shade 3 times, and I do have a pretty decent progress on this one. I will insert photos to show what the before and after progress for the months are, but my goal is to pan this shade, and I do believe I can pan it because it is a pretty purple, and I do wear a lot of purples, hence my eyes today. Now, moving on to the items I have finished and the item I am going to declutter. So, starting with the decluttered item, I am going to declutter my sugar liner. This liner sucks. Plain and simple. It sucks. I stopped using this on June 7th, and I used it 4 times, and it's just a very crappy liner. I feel like I have to constantly press super hard on my eye in order to get anything out, and even then, it doesn't give me the pigment that I need. It's not a smooth gliding liner. So I'm just going to throw it away. Next 5 items are completely finished. So the first item that is finished is going to be my pink perfume. Finished this on June 2nd, and I had used it 11 times in order to finish it. There is like a slight little amount, but I can't, it won't spray out of the nozzle. Then I have my Dark Orchid lotion from Victoria's Secret. This one was finished on the 28th of May, and I used it 7 times. And I like completely cut it open and used every little drop that I could. So this one will be rolled out and something new will be rolled in its place. Then I have my Sunday Riley Cleansing Balm, this $50 monstrosity. And I finished this on the 28th of May. I used it 6 times. Will I repurchase this? I say no. Likelihood, yes. Then I have my Watermelon Makeup Revolution Watermelon Face Mask. It took me 7 times to finish this, and I finished this on the 14th of June. I don't like this. And I used a lot of this in order to finish this very quickly. It's not good. I wouldn't recommend it. I didn't feel like my face was extra hydrating. I didn't feel like it really did anything to my face in general. So it's just going to get rolled out and never repurchased because I don't like it. And then the last product I finished up completely was my Ulta Beauty Lip Oil. I finished this, so I had used this 48 times, and on June 2nd I took the stopper out. So June 2nd, I took the stopper out at 48 uses. And then at 57 uses on June 5th, it was completely gone. I actually left this in my beauty room to where every time I needed to use it, I could come in and use it then, and then obviously tally mark that I was using it. So I actually counted every single use for this one and not just an individual day's wear. Because I wanted to see how many uses for these little Ulta Beauty lip oils, how long they would actually take to finish. And I have a few of them. So this one took 57 uses to use it up completely, and so it will be rolled out. Now that we have one decluttered item and 5 finished items, it's going to be time to roll 6 more products in. Yay! And I'm just gonna randomize it. I'm not gonna pick anything special, anything crazy. The only thing I actually am going to pick for is I'm just gonna grab another lip oil from Ulta. I actually did enjoy using them, and so I have a few more, so I am just gonna grab one and replace it with another lip oil. But then we will randomize 5 more products. So I have 979 items currently on my spreadsheet, which this is not updated. I have purchased a lot more items that I need to add. I just haven't added them yet. So those items obviously won't be included because I want to do first impressions. So with 979 items, we are going to randomly choose 5. So item number 1 is going to be 846. Item number 2 is going to be 113. Item number 3 is going to be 191. Item number 4 is going to be 160. And item number 5 is going to be 196. So I am going to go and grab those items and I will be right back. Okay, so we actually need to re-roll one of the numbers. 191 was the shade Misty in my Colourpop single palette, which is already in this project pan. So we are going to randomize a number, and the number we are going to get is 941. Okay, now that we have our 6 products selected, we get to see what they are. So the lip oil I'm going to roll in for the Ulta lip oil is another Ulta lip oil. This one is in the flavor Candy Apple. So this one is, I think I've used it maybe 2 or 3 times, so it's not brand new. But I will mark all of these from the starting point. So that's going to be roll in number 1. And then 846 corresponded to my Loreal Unzipped palette, which has 10 shades. And this is the palette. It is just a pretty neutral palette, which is exciting because none of the eyeshadows I have currently in the project pan are neutral based. So we are going to randomize shade 1 through 10 and see which one we get. So we got shade number 6. And shade number 6 is the shade Undiscovered, which is this shade right here. It's just kind of like a gold shimmery neutral shade, like a champagne shimmer shade. Then 113 is my Morphe Brow Pomade. I am actually not a fan of brow pomades. This is the only pomade I have. I've given away my Anastasia one, my Revolution ones, all of them. So I have a pretty decent like dip in the middle. My goal is going to be 25 uses because I don't like brow pomade. And then number 941 is the Colourpop Numero Uno Felt Tip Liner. I actually just got this, so I have not used this yet, which is exciting. I've heard a lot of great reviews on this, so I am excited to use this. And my goal for this is going to be 30 uses. And number 160 is a single shade from just my random singles palette. And it is the shade Mai Tai, which is a Makeup Geek shadow, which is this one right here. It is almost similar to the Misty shade. It's like a rose goldish pink. So that is going to be rolled in, and my goal is to pan that, obviously. And then 196, our last roll-in, is going to be the Ciate Loose Powder. And I think I got this in like an Ipsy Plus or something. This is what it looks like. I do, ooh, loose. Only for that out. Because I'm not sure how to measure loose products like this. So, but yeah. So those will be the 6 new roll-ins. So, with that being said, this is the end of the video. I will post before and after shots for all of the project items that I have to show you any and every update. And you will see me again soon. If you have any questions or concerns or any tips on how that I can do any of these products quicker or better or wiser, let me know in the comments down below. If you liked today's video, give it a please big thumbs up and like and subscribe. I already said that. And I will see you again soon. Bye!